They good. They good. I used to think like, man, women are damsels in distress. They good. They durable. They everlasting, long lasting. They powerful. They're very smart, intelligent. They're survivors. They're hustlers. They good. Like I said, I used to think that they was weak. I used to think that they were damsels in distress, and that led to some form of male chauvinism on my behalf. But I've confirmed now, like they, what is it, DA proof, like all beef proof or whatever they used to call that little slogan. I certify, I hereby approve this message. They good. I know of a situation of a guy who I respected, older gentleman than myself, and we used to have biblical dialogue on a regular basis. And I don't know if it was because his health was bad or whatever, but married man, and his grass used to look terrible. And I never offered to do it because he's a man like I am, and I think it's rude and disrespectful to try to step on his toes per se, to try and implement a plan or something to assist him when he's a grown man himself. So I think that's rude and disrespectful. Pops, my father-in-law, he's a sharp gentleman. I learned a lot of things from him, and my grandfather, let you know that a man got to work. I tell my son this: you got to work. Women already got it figured out. It's the men that got to be knuckleheads, got to be tapped on the skull several times. Come on, let's go. Let's get it. But they good. And in his situation, grass was looking high enough where snakes could be inside his lawn, front lawn. I never, like I said, did anything about it. I'm sure it's possums and maybe even a baby hippopotamus or something might have been in that grass. But rest in heaven to my homeboy, because he passed away, and his old lady. Now their grass is cut every week. um, Maybe you would have thought the house was going to fall in shambles because his financial contribution is now exito. You would have thought maybe she would collapse and fold up in the fetal position, not because of the way I wanted to, or maybe the way I wanted to, but needless to say, ball up in the fetus position and collapse and fall apart. She got this. As a matter of fact, the house looks better now that he's gone. And I don't know what you would contribute to that, but they good. These guys might be thinking, man, I'm going to leave her, and she going to fall apart. No, they have secret savings accounts, money that they keep hidden not only in their bosoms and in their bottom side. Guys be thinking like, oh man, her derriere is very large. Well, I be thinking like, man, those are $100 bills lining that to make the padding, that roof part at the top where you can put your if you had a White Russian that you were sipping, you could set that on there. But that's really money. A lot of their derrieres is flat and don't really offer much from a sex appeal. But here's what they've done. They've worked on duplexicity and also becoming a circle, and then they have money padding and lining them. They good. They don't need you for anything. If you do contribute, it may be from we've scrapped the Bible. We're not doing it for reproductive purposes, not once they get a little bit seasoned. They're not doing it for that. They're doing it for pure satisfaction, if they feel like doing it. But those are certain people who are called upon to do that task. So there's not really a whole lot of new recruits. So sorry, new fellas. They don't do that much. You know, old cougars usually use old tigers, and they just roar together and do 2 minutes or 6 minutes of oversized pounding. And the ridiculousness is causing me to want to tighten up and throw up. I know I'm heading in that direction, so like my boy Fred Sanford said in the famous words of infamous Fred G, it won't be today, but they good. So I no longer have any remorse or feeling like, they need me to do something, because they don't. They got this. They got money. They got houses. They got transportation. They got kids that are healthy, that are functioning and doing well. They good. So as far as I'm concerned, I just want to make sure I'm good now. So me being good is I can finally do a thumbs up and say, okay, God, they got it. You know, I might still have some wicked ways and be on a mission to do some things from an independent standpoint, but nonetheless, that's my own personal flesh call. But they good. I just want to say that to you. Don't worry about them. They got this.